Raceway in Sonoma, California for the Save Mart Supermarkets 300 NASCAR Winston Cup race. It's a beautiful day here, a little cool because of some windy conditions, but we are within one lap of starting this 74-lap event at Sears Point. First of two road course races for the year. Mark Martin off a tremendous win last weekend at Talladega. Let's go to Dr. Jerry Punch.
Thanks, Bob. And remember last August, the last time on a road course, Mark Martin sat on the pole and dominated the day, but they didn't bring the same car here. They built a special car to come here to Sears Point, a car that will turn left because of Watkins Glen. You turn right all day. Left-hand turns very critical on this 12-turn road course. Now, Ned Jarrett, road racing cars get more and more sophisticated year after year.
They really do, Jerry. It's a far cry from the way we used to race, and we'd bring a short track car to a road course just to reverse the settings on the car. Why not? Most of the turns on a road course are similar to those on a short track. The only difference is they go in the opposite direction. I'm up in turn 7 where we see a lot of action here. One of a very few places on this racetrack that you can pass on, but it's a tough one to pass on.
We get set for green at Sears Point Raceway.
Several in cars. Ricky Rudd will carry one from the pole position. Ted Musgrave has a roof cam as they head for turn number 11 where Benny Parsons is. There's Jeff Bodine's roof cam on the Exide Batteries Ford. Rusty Wallace and the Miller Genuine Draft Ford and Mark Martin will also have a roof cam. They're moving through turn number 11 right in front of Benny Parsons. They come off of there. The pace car will go straight down the drag strip. And if the field is in proper alignment, they will get the green flag and begin racing for 74 laps in the Save Mart Supermarkets 300. Here comes the field down in front of us in the broadcast position looking for green. They get it. And we're racing at Sears Point Raceway. They come uphill about 60 feet from the lowest part of the track, uphill to turn number 2. Riding with Ted Musgrave on the front bumper of the car.
Big gasoline coming out of Jeff Bodine's car. Get it on the camera. Watch as the gasoline comes out the left side.
Kyle Petty got awfully loose coming off of that turn. Normally you don't see them running side by side through the carousel and those other turns up there, but they did on the first part of this race at least. Boy, you can see how fast they were coming by as they head into my position up here in turn 7. Everybody in single file here right now trying to feel their way around this track. Davy Jones gets a little high coming around the turn as they head down through the S's. Ricky Rudd, of course, the leader. Mark Martin giving a hard chase to him down towards Benny Parsons.
And then they talked about the rocket ship. We talked about the rocket ship that Mark... The rocket ship that Mark Martin had last week in Talladega. A lot of competitors are saying that's what he has here at Sears Point, a rocket ship, as he closes in on the back bumper of the Tide Ford of Ricky Rudd.
Rudd goes to the inside, cuts the rumble strips there in corner number 11. Here's turn number 12 right there, and now onto the main straightaway, which is very short. There's the start-finish line, and headed uphill once again in turn number 1. Ricky Rudd leading the 19th road course race he has led in his 32nd event. He now has one more than Dale Earnhardt in terms of races led. We have a spin. Number 31, Ward Burton, is off course, as nosed into the tire barrier. Doesn't look like the car is hurt very much. He's trying to back it up. As soon as he gets a little clearance, he will be able to do so. Ward Burton in the Hardee's Chevrolet is just about to get going once again after spinning.
The left rear tire is flat on the car. We see the tire, the car, he's going to have an awfully hard time getting back to the pit area.
Here's a replay. There is Ward. He's right ahead of Darrell Waltrip when he lost control up at the top of the hill in turn number 2.
Bob, I believe he cut the tire, and that's what caused him to spin around, it looked like.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ned. You know, Ward Burton got in the tire barriers yesterday afternoon in practice, heavily damaged the car. A lot of effort was spent getting the car back there. second gear. First gear, wow. Going to first gear off turn 11 is Ricky Rudd. I wonder if he wants people to tell me, or me to tell people that, huh?
Giving away his secret.
Boy, it's a ballet and a dance they do all afternoon long. Look at the footwork continuing as he goes up to turn 2. Another car is off. Looks like the 72 car of Dan Obrist, one of the Winston West drivers.
And he isn't off the racetrack far enough. If he doesn't get this car going, we will have caution flag. Car is moving. Appears to be moving.
Apparently he didn't spin or anything, just pulled the car off and stopped. He has 3 starts in Winston West competition last year, currently 4th in the Winston West standings after 1 start this year. So they're headed toward Ned once again. Ricky Rudd continuing to lead over Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, and Terry Labonte.
Everybody running in single file through here, Bob.
And believe it or not, Ward Burton is just now getting to pit road.
Darrell Waltrip has moved up to 14th position.
He started 17th.
And we see that Dan Obrist is sitting in the S's. We saw the flagman waving the caution flag.
And we do have a caution. An overall caution has been called for. A couple of problems already relating to transmissions. Remember, Ricky Rudd came off of the corner number 11 a few laps ago in the lead, and Dr. Jerry Punch suggesting that the car may be stuck between gears. Transmission's a very vulnerable item here at Sears Point. With more, here's a track fact featuring Kyle Petty and Mr. Benny Parsons.
This is a Jericho transmission. This is what most everybody have gone to in Winston Cup racing or stock car racing throughout the country, especially on the road courses. This is what it was designed for. It's like an old Ford top loader. It replaced the T10. What's happening, or what happens is that even though this thing looks tough, made out of steel, made out of aluminum, you got to treat it like a baby. You got to nurse it. You got to play with it. You got to treat it just exactly like it's your most prized possession. And you start shifting, you start going back and forth here. You get excited, you start braking, you start jamming. It hangs in gear up in this part of the transmission, not inside the case, not in the linkage. It hangs in gears down in the box here. What they have to do, they come in, they jack the cars up. They have to reach up under it with their hands or with a pair of pliers because it's really hot and start snatching it. And they snatch these rods until they catch it and get it in between gears. These things hang in gears really, really easy. Like I say, you got to baby them, but they're pretty tough, man. You can't put a grenade inside of them and blow them up. It's the linkage that's a weak spot.
Let's take a closer look at what Kyle Petty was talking about. This is the T10 transmission used for many years. This is a synchronizer hub out of a T10. You see the very fine teeth, and that brass ring has to slide up against the gear and slow it. That's the gear that my thumb is over. Has to slow it down enough for the synchronizer ring to pop over and put the transmission in gear. There, that's how the thing goes in gear. This has been the preferred transmission for many, many years in Winston Cup racing. Several years ago, the Jericho transmission came into the forefront. Kyle Petty talked about the transmission being a top loader. That's because the gears are loaded into the transmission through the top of the transmission. And this is a synchronizer hub for a Jericho. Now, folks, this is a little bit exaggerated, but this is about how easy this baby goes in gear. T10, sometimes they use them on the oval track. All the road racers use the Jericho.
The caution remains on. It is Martin, Earnhardt, Gordon, Rudd, and Terry Labonte, the top 5 with just 11 laps to go now in the Save Mart Supermarkets 300. So stay with us. We'll be right back for Green Flag Racing at Sonoma. Through turn number 11.
And once again, Mark Martin, there's all the 43 cars. Mark Martin, the last time, brought them down at a very, very slow speed. And again, it's Looks like they're doing 20 miles an hour as they're anticipating the green, and Mark nailed it.
Here we go. The green is waving.
He didn't want to have Earnhardt to have a chance to get up beside him before he got into the turns.
9 laps to go. And Earnhardt is all over Martin. Earnhardt looking for his very first road course win. Mark Martin trying to make it 2 consecutive Winston Cup wins, and Dale locked him up a little bit there.
Yes, he did, and I think he figures that he's got to make his move quick if he's going to be able to do it at all, because once Martin really gets settled in, he's had the car that would stay out front all day long. And they come into turn 5, coming into out of turn 6 now, down this straightaway. Gearing down, Earnhardt will run in on him coming into this turn. They don't think he'll be able to do anything with him here, because Mark has been so good here all day long. Even though he does move in close, Martin pulls away.
Mark really accelerates off turn 7, has been accelerating so well all day. But right now, a lot of pressure on Mark Martin, because he realizes it's up to him. If he doesn't make a mistake, he probably will win this race. But if he makes a mistake, he is going to lose. All he's got to do is drop a tire off the racetrack. Anything can go wrong, and he can lose this race, because look,
he just
that
did.
little bit right there might give Earnhardt the opportunity.
Good point. He's under tremendous pressure. He sets his own destiny here with what happens in the next 8 laps. But once again, we see him edging ahead by a half a car length or so as Jeff Gordon continues to run third. Here are Ken Schrader and John Andretti. This is the battle for 11th position between these two.
And Schrader takes the position away. Kyle Petty is right in front of him there now. Was Kyle running in 10th place?
Buddy Barnes, one of the crewmen on the 37 car the other day, told me he was very, very impressed with John Andretti on a road course. He said, we just might have ourselves another Tim Richmond. And wouldn't that be awesome?
John Andretti won his first and only IndyCar race on a temporary street circuit in Adelaide, Australia a few years ago, so he has won on road courses.
And we see Rusty Wallace all the way back at the end of the line after making those pit stops. He and Dale Jarrett.
Jeff Gordon trying to make a pass on Dale Earnhardt here in turn 7, but he couldn't make it work. Mark Martin moved out to about a 10-car length lead there, but Gordon all over Earnhardt.
That's one advantage that Mark Martin has right now is he's hoping that Earnhardt will worry about Jeff Gordon and not so much about trying to take the lead, but I don't think Earnhardt's going to play that game. As a matter of fact, here comes Earnhardt right on the back bumper of Mark Martin. Swings out wide, trying to get under Mark as they come off turn 11. But not able to do it this time.
Mark Martin won the most recent race on a road course at Watkins Glen last year. He also won at the Glen in '93, trying to win his 3rd road course event.
Is there something wrong with Mark Martin's car? And Earnhardt has closed up right on the back bumper. We've not seen this all day.
Well, Earnhardt is poised. There's no doubt about that.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with Mark's car. I think he's just being so careful to not do what he said he could not afford to do, Benny. Just keeping that car on the racetrack and not making mistakes.
While we watch the battle up front, we'll tell you that the 90 car of Mike Wallace has been black flagged again. Jeff Gordon looking outside of Earnhardt.
Boy, he really gets through this turn good, Bob, but he's not good enough to make a pass this time around.
Jerry, is there a problem with Mark?
Bob, there's no problem with Mark Martin. I just asked Steve Mills, and hey, we don't have a problem. Our lap times are about what they were before, but the 3 car has turned up the wick here in these final laps. Earnhardt has gotten better. I don't know where, but he has gotten awfully good these last few laps, and he's worrying us right now.
There's Steve Meal. turn 11 once again.
Mark just accelerates off all these corners so well. That's been his strong suit today. That car really gets hooked up coming off the corners.
6 laps to go. Kyle Petty and John Andretti racing side by side for 12th position.
Andretti trying to take it away. Well, this is a tough place to try to make a pass on, but they're working so far. A lot of cars behind them wish they'd get singled out, and finally they did. Kyle held on to the position.
Boy, some of those cars go way up on those rumble strips and look like they're going to overturn there.
Isn't that a great shot as those right sides come off the ground? As we see Kyle Petty going to corner, smoke that right front tire. Gary Cope, the main and tail car behind John Andretti. Bobby Labonte, Morgan Shepherd, Bobby Hamilton. All these cars racing for position.
Schrader has battle scars on that race car, but he's in the top 10.
Yeah, he's had about everything that can go wrong when they go wrong.
Just ahead of him is 9th place Jeff Bodine, on whose car we ride right now.
And down in turn 11, once again, Earnhardt closes in right on the back bumper of Mark Martin, but again, Martin comes off the corner, and Kyle Petty got off in the grass in turn 11 as we watch Mark Martin again drive away from Dale Earnhardt. And we see Earnhardt once again drive up on the back bumper of Mark Martin.
Boy, he is keeping the pressure on. Of course, he knows how to do that. No one knows how better.
Man, he's driving that car. Both of those guys driving that thing for all they're worth.
While we watch this battle, we'll tell you that Rusty Wallace is back in 27th position, battling with Dave Marcus there, who's 26th.
Bob, actually, he was in front of Dave Marcus the last time he came into turn 7, and Rusty almost lost it again. Marcus got back by him, and now he's back to try to pass him again.
Down in turn 6. Meanwhile, the leaders are going through the S's, and still no change up front.
No change up there. Earnhardt staying close to Martin, but now Gordon has dropped a few car lengths behind where he was a little bit ago when he was challenging Earnhardt.
Okay, now, historically during this race, at this point of the race, Mark Martin starts putting just a little bit of distance on Dale Earnhardt. Let's see if he can do it now, or will Earnhardt close back up? Earnhardt closes up right on the back bumper of Mark Martin. But watch as this battling Ford accelerates off the corner.
They're hustling all over the track. Watch Todd Bodine and Jeff Bodine side by side.
Man, that's up at turn 7, isn't it, Ned?
And Todd Bodine gets very, very high coming off the turn as his brother tried to make the pass, but he didn't let him. So, big brother, I'm going to hold on to this position right now, at least.
They were battling, by the way, for 8th position.
Mark Martin going up the carousel. Turn 6, down the hill.
We'll tell you that Kyle Petty continues to fall back. He's back to 21st position at the moment after a very impressive early run.
Man, look at Earnhardt, Ned.
He's coming right in on him. He's trying to do something here. He's giving it everything he has to him, but he just can't do it.
They say in baseball, the pitcher reaches back and gets a little more.
Yeah.
Earnhardt has reached back to get just a little more.
As far as he can reach.
Turn 11. Earnhardt right on the back bumper, trying to get underneath Mark Martin as they come off the corner, but Mark runs that good line, accelerates, and once again, Earnhardt can't do it.
Now we're down to just 3 laps to go on this 2.5-mile road course.
Look pretty hard.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it there.
So did I, Bob. I thought he was going to try to dive under him.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been place to do it. He just gained that position, that distance that he was behind, and just worked on the mind of Mark Martin a little bit more.
Boy, Mark just under tremendous pressure, both physically and psychologically, to keep Earnhardt back there.
All right, Ned, they're coming right to you. What's he going to do this time?
Well, he'll try to make a move. You can rest assured. Let's see, is he going to try it on the inside or the outside? Mark Martin comes down low. Earnhardt's going to try to go up high. That's not going to work for him, I don't think. But, boy, he is right on his bumper coming off there. But as you've been saying, Benny, that Ford accelerates so good, even though Mark got a little bit loose that time coming off the curve.
And you can see because Earnhardt stays right on the back bumper, and Mark catches a lot of that rumble strip that time.
Oh, this looks like a Talladega draft.
There's a right-hander turn 10. They will straighten out and come towards me. Earnhardt, he's on the outside. That means he's going to try it on the inside. Oh, baby. Now, he's been trying on the outside, Next time, he'll try it on the inside.
Well, I tell you, we're talking about the pressure that's on Mark Martin. Yes, there is a lot, but I tell you, this is the way they want to do it. There's a big crowd here, what, over 100,000 or something. This is the way they want to finish a race, is racing as hard as they can possibly go for it, because when you get in victory lane, it means so much more. As Earnhardt gets a little loose coming through there.
He sure did. The rear end got around on him that time, but he didn't lose.
Man, Mark's trying to turn that 6 car over, isn't he? Not on the back bumper. Folks, I don't know if you're getting excited, but I am.
I wouldn't want a steady diet of this, but I really look forward. Here we go. He's got him on the inside of turn 6.
Never could have thought he'd made the pass there, but he did it. Now let's see, can Martin do anything with him here coming into 7? Earnhart's got a bigger lead.
Yeah.
Got a good lead coming in here. And he's been getting through this corner good. Both of them have. Martin's car slides coming in there pretty hard. He kept under control of that. Jeff Gordon moves up on Martin, and Earnhardt pulls away.
Something has gone wrong with Martin's car. Here's how it happened.
Up in turn 6, the carousel, and Martin gets the car sideways as he gets in the corner, and Earnhardt just drove by.
Well, he took advantage of that little bit of a wiggle that Mark's car made there, and just drove right on by.
And here comes Dale Earnhardt towards me as the leader of the St. Mark Supermarket 300, and Jeff Gordon trying his best.
Oh, he almost lost it.
And he's going in jeopardy of losing third spot to Ricky Rudd.
In any case, Dale Earnhardt sees the white flag indicating one more lap to go, and Jeff Bodine has spun from 9th position.
He was trying to pass his brother on the outside. He's trying to get going the other direction, and he turns right in front of Dale again. All right. Man.
This is the last lap. Here's Jeff and Todd.
Jeff on the outside down in turn 11, and we saw that before, just around he went.
Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt now has the lead of the St. Mark Supermarket 300. Mark Martin, back on pace, is within a car length or so. Jeff Gordon runs third, then Rudd and Labonte.
Here's Earnhardt coming into turn 7 for the last time. He's going to come in a little bit easier this time than he's been coming. Martin will close in on him. Gordon closes in on Martin. Martin gets right up with a car length. But Earnhardt, going through here easy, was able to accelerate off that turn. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Keep the car in as straight a line as he possibly could, because he knows it's going to be tough to pass down through here. The only problem he has now, Benny, is down there at Sears.
Turn 11, that's right. That's what Mark Martin's only hope is, to outbreak Dale Earnhardt in turn 11. But Earnhardt has been getting in the corner a little bit better than Mark. Here they come. Earnhardt comes down in the corner. Mark down in the corner.
They come through the corner, and for the first time in his NASCAR Winston Cup career, Dale Earnhardt wins on a road course. There's a checkered flag. He beats Mark by about 3 car lengths. Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, Kerry Labonte, and Ted Musgrave are following. It's his second win of the 95 season, his 65th career win. Now look at Rusty Wallace still trying to pick off positions as he comes alongside Ward Burton.
And Richard Childers is in Africa. He missed this today. Earnhardt winning his first road course.
How about that? He took the lead coming to the white flag on the white flag laps. Dale Earnhardt wins here at Sonoma. There's the happy Richard Childress crew.
Well, caught up with Andy Petrie, and Andy, congratulations on an outstanding effort today.
Thanks a lot. You know, it means a lot to this team to win a road course race. It's not the Daytona 500, but it's something that Dale's never won, is a road course race. I think he's the best driver that ever lived, and he deserves to win a road course race.
You made no changes on the car, but this incredible run those last 9 laps was something to see.
Yeah, we made air pressure adjustment on that last stop, and I thought it was going to hurt us there with all those caution flags we had. If we got some green flag running, we thought we'd be good, but boy, what a driver, huh?
Hey, what a crew here. Andy Petrie and the crew getting the first road course win for Dale Earnhardt at Sears Point Raceway.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
About anything. Into a great...
No, you don't take the steering wheel. Yeah, I do. It's dangerous. There we go. Right.
You think they're happy in victory lane against Teresa? A big hug and a huge smile for Dale Earnhardt. And Dale, congratulations. What a run those last 9 laps.
Well, I've won a road course. Maybe I break the ice and win Daytona next year.
You said coming into the year, you said there's 3 things I wanted to do. I want that 8th championship, and I want a Daytona 500, and I got to win one on the road course. Well, you're part of the way there.
Well, so I tell you, Richard said he's going to Africa on a little excursion. He did. He said, y'all probably win the race while I'm gone. If that takes it, I'll go to Africa every year. So he's going to Africa next year, whether he knows it or not, for the Daytona 500. But, you know, this team and Andy, all of us, they worked really great. I can't say enough about spinning the motors and Andy Petrie. All the guys at the shop, they just do such a good job, Jerry. And, you know, we worked hard. We've gotten a couple wrecks here lately, and you know, we just work hard as we can. It's just week in, week out. I don't know why we hadn't won a road course until now. We've been close. I sat there behind Mark and ran a real good, smooth race. And, you know, everybody that pressured me from behind just wasn't a contender. I could just take care of my tires and just move on. But Mark had really beat me off these long corners. Well, the last couple of laps, somebody threw some grease out. And that was a little deterrent, and he slipped and slid. He slipped out on the carousel, and I got under him, and that's all it took. Then I could hold him off. He could spin and slip, and trying to get back by me, it wasn't as easy. So I just helped my line runner smooth and didn't do much. Just easy to learn.
It was an Earnhardt sweep for the weekend. His driver, Ron Hornaday, wins yesterday, and Dale Earnhardt wins his first ever on the road course today at Sears Point Raceway. Back with more after this.
Turn it.
Mark Martin, who finished second. Mark, looks like you had it, but Earnhardt got you there at the end.
They ran really good, and somebody was losing oil out there at the end, and we were the first one to it and ran right through it. I couldn't see it. I'd felt it a couple of turns before and was looking for it, couldn't see it, and it just turned sideways. I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Well, Mark Martin finishes second, moves into second in the points, Bob.
Indeed, good finish here this afternoon. Dale Earnhardt coming back from problems last weekend on the last lap and takes the lead near the end of the race for the victory. Rundown, and the top 5 in points now. Earnhardt is all alone in first place. Mark Martin picks up 1, Jeff Gordon back 1, Sterling Marlin and Ted Musgrave remain in 4th and 5th position. There was a race here yesterday.